Hello 12th class, this is your chapter 6 and this is your revision lecture of recursion. Now what is recursion? So recursion refers to a programming technique in which a function calls itself either directly or indirectly. When a function calls itself, it is a recursion. So you must have noticed that in many programs a function call another function like as def A is calling the function B. So this is function calling in a common function. This function A will call the function B. Next is recursive function. So if a function call itself again and again, this is recursion. So how it will work? For example, this def A is calling itself. So it is a recursion. Now def sum is calling by itself. So it is also recursion. Now this is the factorial def fact n. If n is equal to 1, then it will return 1, else return n multiplied by fact n minus 1. So here this fact is calling itself. So this is the recursive function. Okay. So when you calculate it, then it will give you the answer. The factorial is 125. Okay. Next is types. So recursion can be of two types, that is direct recursion and the indirect recursion. When a function is calling itself, so this is a direct recursion. When a function is calling another function, then this is the indirect recursion. So here you can see in direct recursion, this def A, this A is calling itself. So this is a direct recursion. This indirect recursion, this is calling another function B and B is calling A. So the A function is calling B and B function is calling A. It is indirect recursion. Next is recursive function. So in this, recursion is the technique by which we can solve big computational problems, and this repeated calling decrease the complexity of that problem. So recursive procedure has two parts, that is one or more base case and a recursive step. When this recursive function reach at the base case, then it will terminate. So a recursive code should be able to understand where to stop the recursion, and for stopping the recursion we need to write the base case. So otherwise another loop will be continued and will show an error. Next, recursive function. So if you see the following loop carefully, you will come to know that it will be an infinite loop. You can see that this is the def function 1. Function 1 has a print statement, that is print hello function 2. Now function 2, it will call the function 2, and function 2 also has the print statement. It is saying yes function 1 and it is calling function 2. So when you call the function 1, it will calling function 2, then function 2 will call again function 2 and it will just print the function, that is yes function 1. Okay, so this function will just keep going on. It will not terminate because it is not a, it doesn't have a base case. So the output will be continued and hence this is not a sensible recursive code. And when it will reach at the maximum depth, so it will give you the error, that is maximum recursion depth exceeded. Okay. So this is an infinite loop. Next is recursive function. Next is a correct and the sensible recursive code fulfills following requirements. That is, it requires a case which contain the recursive calling. Okay, because it is a recursive function, so it has the property that it call the function again and again. That's why it is called a recursive function. So it is saying that the base case should be reachable to the given parameter or the argument. So it can be termed as a stopping case, which is essential to have. Otherwise it will not terminate and it will go at the end when the compiler will just reach the maximum depth. It has a recursive case in which the function call itself. Now the recursive function has it has the two main thing, that is the base case and the recursive function. Next is you have to just see the program. This is the program to print sum of n numbers. So here this is the function sum of n. Print in this pass num is num. If num is equal to 1, it will return 1, else it return num plus sum of n, then n minus 1. It is a recursive case. So this is the recursive case. When the value of num will be 1, then it will just return 1, and when the else part saying that it will just calling the sum of sum of n function again and again. So this is your recursive case. So now this is the code, that this is the function that first it will take the value 5 plus, now decrease the value. Here you can see the value of num is decreased. So the sum of n will become 4 now. Now the 5 plus 4, again the value of n is decreased. So it will saying 2. Now again 5 plus 4 plus 3. Now 2 will come. Now sum of n is 1. So when as soon as this base condition evaluates to true, so it returns 1 and the function gets terminated. Now the next thing is it will just add the numbers. So first this bracket will get solved. Now this bracket will get solved. Then this one. Then this one. So the output will come 15. Now how a recursive function work? Now in this, how this recursive function work? What is the working of the recursive function? So in such type of execution, the computer sets a stack which is known as the function stack. Okay. So this function stack is a stack of frames. At every call of function, new parameter value gets pushed to the stack, and the top of the stack always contain the parameter value of the last call. When the base case evaluates to true, the values from stack needs to pop out one by one, and result is to be returned after calculation. Now there is the difference between recursion and the iteration. So the recursion trims a solution and solve the problem mathematically. Iteration is a lengthy process which completely depends on loop. Selection of recursion or iteration depends on the nature of program to be solved. Recursive functions are slow as compared to iteration. Iteration takes more space in memory. Now, these are some programs that is based on recursion that I already discussed in the previous videos of chapter 6. You can also check there. The first program is to find whether a number is prime or not. Next is to find factorial of a number. Next is to search an item using binary search. Next, to print the Fibonacci series up to a specified number of terms. Okay, so these are some programs. You can implement these. Next is, so I hope the recursive chapter is clear now. So you have to just go through with the chapter, revise the chapter, and if you have any problem, then just mail me. I will help you. So thank you and have a nice day.